everybody, Jennifer from A Closed Heart Experience here. Whew. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get back to you guys. I did a little update video that I posted yesterday. But before we get too far, first of all, no comments on my hair. I went and got it cut last week, and that lady just kept a cutting and a cutting. So we're not so Sasquatchy now. We're more like a magic puffball, or shall we say a chunky 6-year-old looking for her mom. That's what I've been told my niece. My bangs are so short they stand up on their own. Yeah, it's okay. We're just working through it. And they're so gray. I feel like I'm in my 60s. I'm not. But we'll work on that after April 16th. Yeah, before we get too far, if you guys could all do me a favor and like, share, subscribe, hit that like button, make a comment down below. Like I said in the update video again, we've hit or helped a few people, but I would really like to help a lot more. I know that a handful is better than none, but a bushel full is better than a handful. So if we could just keep getting the word out, and if you guys could please send me your videos, your comments, what have you. Tell us what you want to talk about. It would be of great help. Great help. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. We want you in our family. We appreciate and love every single one of you. Yeah, I gotta tame my ear curly cues. I don't know why. Right here. How do you get rid of that? Yeah, you can't. They never grow long enough to pull back. They just curl right there. Just right here. Yep, all that gray. I'm off topic again. So today I wanted to talk about vulnerability and human decency. Yeah, I have been so busy the last couple of weeks, but in that meantime, I've heard so many stories from clients, from friends, you name it, and I kind of have picked up a pattern, I guess you could say, and it's really kind of breaking my heart. And I know I do it. And I think I've mentioned it in other videos, but I wanted to make a bigger point about it, because I'm really having a hard time with today's society. I told you about what happened at the DMV, and I just don't understand. And when I'm here by myself in the office, I listen to YouTube videos. Just put it on for some noise, so I'm not quite here by myself all the time, that kind of a thing. Anyhow, everybody screams tolerance. Everybody screams you need to tolerate who I am and what I am. But that very same person tolerates nothing. And I don't understand what kind of a society we've turned into, where we've lost the compassion, empathy, and respect for those in our life. And I'm not talking about just close friends. I am talking about people you run into at the DMV, at the grocery store. I don't care where the hell you are. In Montana, if you're driving down the road and you pass somebody, you wave. Hi. I don't care if you know them. You still do it. And it's just decency. It's human decency. And for some ungodly reason, we have created these canned responses, these PC freaking phrases that basically say, I don't give a shit about what you're saying, and I don't really care. Can we move on? Oh, they just grind on my nerves like you would not freaking believe. To the point where I've started pointing them out to people. I just can't handle it. And for instance, that's amazing. You can't come up with something better than that. You can't say, wow, I'm so excited for you. All you've got is, that's amazing? I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't make a lick of sense to me. I'm sorry. I've got somebody at my door on a Sunday. Can you hold? It wasn't for me. But it allowed me to cool my heels a little bit and not be so angry about it. So, the main pattern I have learned, and I've noticed it with my niece, I've noticed it with friends, people are unwilling to be vulnerable. But this goes both ways. They are unwilling to tell you what's going on in their life because they know your response. They know how you're going to react. They know that, one, you are either going to give them a canned response and basically say, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you have to go through that. It's bullshit, guys. People read right through that. They can see right through it, and they know that you don't give a dang. Can't you come up with something a little bit more personable? Can't you spend that 5 seconds to actually hear that person out? You might be the only person that listens to them. Like I said in prior videos, I went probably 3 years without talking to anybody, and then one person finally asked me how I was doing. One person in 3 years. And I lost it. I started crying. I wasn't doing well at all. And I didn't really realize it until that moment. And I didn't really realize that nobody had really asked. I had shared tidbits here and there. The clients knew I was out because of my husband's health. And so when I got back, they would all say, how is he doing? How is he doing? How is he doing? And I kept my responses brief. One, because I've been trained by friends and family to not respond. And two, I know damn good and well they're just being polite. That's a sad way to be. And so I would just simply say, oh, he's doing so much better. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate, you caring enough to ask. Which in itself is a canned response. And I am just really at the point where I feel we have lost touch with who we are. You go on Instagram, you go on YouTube, wherever, TikTok, whatever you want to talk about, and people are talking about no compassion, no empathy for others, especially when kids are dating nowadays. And you buy somebody a cup of coffee, they expect you to jump into bed with them. No. And everybody is suffering from something right now. I think I have 5 or 6 friends who are taking care of parents, grandparents, some family member, and they have no help, absolutely no help, no break. People ask them, how's Graham's doing? How's Pop's doing? Never ask them how they're doing, ever. And what I'm finding is, those of us who do this are banding together and talking to each other because we are the only ones who truly understand. That's a shame. That's a shame. And I truly ask you to look inside yourself, and is that really the human you want to be? Where people do not confide in you. All of your relationships are surface level. And you cannot confide in anybody else because you have taught them that you don't really care, that you don't really want to listen, that you've got something else in 5 minutes that's more important than that person's heart. I don't really care what's going on with politics in the world. I don't really care which group needs to be seen more. Which group needs to be tolerated more. What I care about is how we treat each other. And somewhere in the last 20 to 30 years, we have lost that. We have lost that. I'm trying to be decent and not say words I shan't not, but it's a subject that really angers me. Because I literally had somebody tell me, why can't you be vulnerable? Why can't you tell me what's going on in your head? My response was, because you don't give a shit. And they don't. That person may have. But 90% of the people that ask do not. They use it as a pleasantry. Mask to say, well, hey, at least I asked. No, that's not how it's supposed to work. So what has ended up happening is everybody is bottling up their feelings. Everybody. Nobody. For instance, I had a conversation with a friend a couple of weeks ago. She asked me how I was doing. And I started to say, oh, good. You know, it's just tax season. It's a little bit busy. Completely cut me off and started telling me her life story. I listened. And I will continue to listen. But that one act of cutting me off told me that the only reason she asked was so that she could tell me what was going on in her life. There's another instant where somebody asks you and you get 2 sentences deep and they say, oh, squirrel. Don't ask if you don't want to know. Be honest. Be honest. Third instance, you're talking to somebody face to face. They ask you how you're doing and you say, oh, good, we went to Seward or blah, blah, blah. They're zoned out on the wall behind your head or on your forehead or somewhere. When did we get to this point? When did we get to the point where we really didn't care? We really don't care. But we care enough about our story, our own personal story, to rattle on and on and on about it, as long as somebody gives us some sort of sympathy, attention, ego boost, whatever. To the point where some post it on Facebook and air their dirty laundry to everybody. They don't give a damn about who knows what or who they're fighting with, or that just drives me nuts. And I might be out on a limb here all by myself. You guys can tell me down in the comments. But the lack of vulnerability is a learned response. I literally will say, everything's good, everything's fine. What is getting harder for me, the older I get, is when they come back and try to pretend that they care. I am not having such an easy time being kind. I spend a lot of my days listening to people. You would be surprised how many clients tell me their life stories. You would be surprised how many strangers tell me their life stories. I have one of those round cherub faces that people seem to feel comfortable with. I can't walk into a grocery store without having a conversation with somebody that I don't know. It might be a little hereditary. My dad does that as well. But the long and short of it is, I really think we are at a point in humanity that I know I, for one, and a couple other people I've talked to, can see through those bullshit responses. They know you're full of shit, so don't even ask. Just don't. And don't come back with a PC freaking comment. It fools nobody but yourself. And if we can't take 5 minutes to listen to somebody else, then maybe that 20-minute spiel that's coming out of that person's mouth wouldn't be 20 minutes. Because they have nobody else to talk to. It's really sad. It makes me feel like we're inhuman, not human. We're no better than a groundhog. In fact, most animals are better than us. I think they care more than we do. We seem to show more signs of sympathy when greed's involved than we do when somebody's family member is sick and ailing. It doesn't make a lick of sense to me. And I want to fix it. I want to fix it. Why can't we offer to listen? Why can't we offer to help those that are caretaking, to give them even just a 4-hour break? I don't care if they drive and sit on the side of the road for 4 hours. They need that mental break. It's not just the physicality of caretaking for somebody. There's a lot of mental. A lot of mental. And it gets to be a bit much some days. Some days I have more patience. Some days I have none. The other day, I needed my hoodie washed. So I asked my husband to wash it and to find it in the house. It's getting warmer and I don't want to wear my winter coat anymore. I open up the front closet door, and apparently that has been used to shove full of crap to get out of the way. I was unaware of this situation, and the avalanche of crap bursted from its seams the minute I opened that door. I just kind of woosawed for a second, screamed holy fart sack, kicked everything back inside the closet as I was cussing my way out to the car. We get into the car. He reaches behind me and finds my hoodie. I couldn't see it because it was in the back seat, and I'm never in the back seat. I'm always driving. And I kind of said, SOB. Well, he took that as me chewing him out because I wasn't calling him an SOB. I was just saying SOB. Kind of at my own stupidity for not noticing it back there. But he took it as an attack, got out of the car, and said he wasn't going to go with me. And I said, fine. I drove off. He didn't have far to walk back to the house, maybe 50 yards, something like that. And I went and did everything by myself. And I gotta tell you, I was okay with it. I did not want to put up with his attitude. I did not want to put up with anything. And I didn't check on him. I didn't call him. I didn't do anything. I was like, peace out, buddy. I don't care. You would be surprised that one 45-minute run to the bank and to the store made my day so much better. So even offering to go to shop for somebody, to help them out, to do something. My office manager is an angel in disguise. If she's in a store and sees a good deal on meat or something, she always picks it up for me. I haven't had to buy meat in months. And it's just the little things like that. The little things that people don't realize are a huge help. And when you don't know how far underwater somebody is, or you assume that their life is fine, I heard a comment that, no, I don't remember exactly how it went, so I'm not going to say it, but basically they didn't want to help their own sister have one night off. And that just bothered me. Really kind of broke my heart. After years and years and years of taking care of a family member, you can't take 2 hours to help that person out? What is wrong with us, guys? I hope in 2025 we can get back to caring about those next to us and keep asking. I know, and I told my niece this the other night, she's not vulnerable either. Sometimes I have to ask her 5 or 6 times before she actually tells me the truth. That's not right. It's not right. We should be able to sit down and have a decent conversation and just say, man, last night was rough on me. But what's happening is these people bottle it up for years. 4 years. And if you don't think that takes a toll on them, while you're sitting in your bougie home enjoying life and maybe vacations or the latest makeup product, I don't know. I don't know. I keep saying I want us to get back to communities and take care of each other. But even my heart is a little... Can we do it? Or are we too far gone? I would like to believe that we can. I'm going to keep listening. And I hope you can do the same. And I hope you can start being vulnerable with others. Sometimes your situation, which is the exact reason why we started this dang channel, might help somebody else. Your difficulties in your life can help make somebody else feel not so alone. One person listening to one other person can help make somebody not feel so alone. And I don't think that's too much to ask. So, another thing to work on? I don't know, guys. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm out balancing on the end of this limb by myself. I don't like where we're headed. I don't like the concrete stairs. I don't like the lack of empathy. I posted on Facebook and told them my heart was with them and I was going to pray for them. No. Take them a casserole, show up on their front door, sit and listen to them for 10, 15 minutes, a half hour, an hour. Have coffee with somebody. Give them a hug. These aren't things that really cost that much. Maybe the answer is we need to slow down. We're making the priorities, or we're making the wrong things our priorities. Give a damn, give a damn, give a damn. I think that's my mission in life. We need to get our hearts back. Okay, I love y'all, and I will talk to you later. Bye.